For those who don't know who I am, I'm Gwen Peterson, and I am the founder of Spiritual Communities Network, but I'm also the creator of Insights and Illuminations. I have the wonderful opportunity to represent and bring to Spiritual Communities Networks followers a plethora of teachers who just do wonderful work. And tonight I get to be in the teacher seat and we are going to do a little cord cutting. So let me just, for those who might not have an idea of what that is, when you get into doing spiritual work on yourself, you're sorting things out, you're on your spiritual journey, you're trying to clean up your vibrations. I'm trying to think of some of the other things you might have thrown at you, all kinds of, but the big thing is a lot of people be like, let go, just let it go. You get somebody or something bothering you, just let it go. And sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes you don't know how. Sometimes you're not ready, to let it go. And all of that is imperfect timing, divine timing for where you're at. So don't pressure yourself on it. But when you do want to let go of something, sometimes a ceremony is helpful. All right. Having, like, I have a class where I think on my website where I talk about the freezer method, which is a form of cord cutting. And then there's the cord cutting we're going to do, which is a meditation. We're going to work with Archangel Michael. And it's just a ceremonial type of way to formally stop doing some of the things you're doing. All right. So on the physical level, when we're making connections with people, we're talking to somebody, we pick up the phone, we talk to somebody, we bump into somebody on the road, we can make connections, okay? Energetic cords, if you will. If it's just a quick little nothing, then the connection is you could think of it like a thread, sewing thread, or maybe a fishing line, real thin, not anything of any importance. It's not going to do much. But as you go through life, you have people that are really close to you. Okay. And the closer that person is with you, the more time you have spent with that person, thicker the cords are. Okay. Think of them as more rope-like. And in that, those kind of cords can be harder, or connections, or detaching from somebody can be more difficult. And I know you get what I'm saying, because we've all been there. We have a friend or family member who we're going along, or maybe during the dating, when you were back in the dating scene, you'd be going along and things were great, or at least you thought they were, till the person said, hey, it's me, not you, and I gotta leave. And when they did that, you felt the pain. Okay, you could feel it in your heart. You weren't ready for that person to leave. And that's that connection. That's that thread you have with that person. Okay. And those threads, it's not a thing of if they're good or bad. Okay. What it is do they serve you any longer? Are they of benefit to either party? And in this situation, we're going to be focusing on you. Is this important to you? Is this of your highest good? And when we cut those cords, it's not that we're doing something to somebody else. We're not going to hurt them. We're not wishing them ill will. What we're doing is kind of setting them free to do what they need to do, and setting yourself free to do what you need to do. Because when you're holding on to something or someone that tightly, whose moment with you is over, you're not allowing in other people and other things that can be beneficial and more uplifting to you. So letting go is one of the things you want to do, but sometimes you need a ceremony to do it. All right. So we talked about physically, you bump into people, you get to know them, you get that connection, depending on how much you have invested in that relationship, will depend on how thick a connection you have, how strong of a connection you have. Use whatever physical, mental picture that works for you. Okay, I don't want to tie you down to one picture of it. But cord, threads, energetics, however you want to look at it. Now you're gonna be thinking probably, or things will come up regarding in the physical, person, place, or thing. But energetically, we're going to be working with Archangel Michael. We're going to be working on a higher level, a bigger, a less connected level of energy, all right? One that doesn't have such a vested interest in it, loves us unconditionally, wants nothing but our highest good and the other thing that you're connected with, okay? So when we work with Archangel Michael, he's just going to make himself available to help us release this, all right? So energetically, he's going to help us to cut those threads or ropes, whatever the case may be, but he's going to help in that regard. But that's just energetically. Let's pop back over to physicalness, all right? If after we're done doing the ceremony, let's say it's your boss, all right? Your boss just is making you crazy. You want to move on. You want to do something different. So you get a new job, but you're constantly at that other place of work. Okay, you're always tied up in thought with that other person. You can apply this to a relationship, okay, as any relationship. If physically you aren't ready to let that person go, cord cutting isn't going to help a whole lot, because guess what? You cut that cord and then turn around and call that person or text them something or go by their house or drive past where you used to work. You're reigniting that cord. All right. So when we do cord cutting, or when you do your own personal cord cutting, because this is something you can do on your own, you want to minimize the opportunities or your part in bringing back that connection. Okay. So if it's a person, block their number, take them off your phone. Do not reconnect with them, okay? Don't search them out on Facebook, see what they're doing, okay? Don't follow them on Instagram. Don't see what their most recent TikTok video looks like, okay? You want to be done with them. So that person needs to be not contacted by you. Again, don't drive by their house, don't revisit things. If you get into conversations with somebody, shift the conversation later on. You can do a quick ceremony with yourself and say, oh, we ran into that conversation, but I don't want to bring that back up, okay? And you can quietly just affirm to yourself that that's not where you want to be. That's not where you want to put your thoughts on a daily basis. There's two sides. We're going to have Archangel Michael help us with those things that are no longer of service to us, of benefit to us and benefit to them. And then we agree that we're going to, break the addiction, not do that anymore. And again, in the longer the relationship, the more invested you are in a relationship, it's going to take time. You may need to work at it. You may need to, in the morning, daily, kind of do an energy cleanse of not going there today, weekly, monthly, whatever it takes. Be kind to yourself, be kind in the process, but this is an opportunity for you to do that. This ceremony is cord cutting with Archangel Michael, and he will sever whatever cords are that are no longer of benefit, okay? Now, if the next day somebody shows up and you're like, oh, I just cut that cord with that person, there's a chance, and you'll have to feel your way into it, that maybe that person still has some type of benefit to you. Okay. They have some other lesson for you. They hold something for you. And that is what you're going to feel in your heart center versus your mind. All right. Because our mind sometimes gets to where it's fixated on things and it just out of habit keeps going there, going there, going there. We're trying to break that habit. But in your heart center, and you feel that that person still, there's still something there that still needs to be worked through, then you work through it. But you want to be out of your head with it. You want to kind of let go of that. I'm thinking of the little hamster wheel thing where you get on it and you just keep going and going and going. And I've been there with some things where I won't let it go. It's like my brain, I've conditioned it to go there. We're talking about breaking that mental conditioning. So what we're going to do is get comfortable in our seats. I'm going to have you guys close your eyes. And then what we're going to do is call in Archangel Michael. And we're going to allow him to do his magic. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Archangel Michael, he is a fun guy, a fun angel. He loves being present to each and every person on this planet, okay? Even though we'll be working with him, I'll be facilitating the connection. It doesn't mean I'm privy to that. You all have that connection. You all have that ability to call on him and ask for his guidance and support. And sometimes it doesn't hurt to have someone on those higher planes, jumping in and giving us some assistance. It's what they're there for. That's what they love to do. They're unconditional love and support. And they just hang out waiting for you to ask. All right. And that was the agreement when you came into this world, was that you would ask. They wouldn't jump in like a helicopter mom taking care of you. They would be just sitting back waiting. And when you had enough and you're ready, you ask and they come to you and they will work their magic. And you can develop that relationship, your own personal relationship with that angel, any of the angels. In particular, we're working with Archangel Michael, so you can develop a relationship with this wonderful entity. And he's more than happy to guide you through your life, through your world, through your experiences. And I encourage that. I do encourage you developing a relationship with him. So when I was trying to think about a class that I would do, excuse me, because it had been a little bit since I had done one, I kind of sat back in a meditation, asked my angels and guides, what topic? And Archangel Michael stepped forward and said he thought it was time for a good cord cutting. So let's begin. I want you to get comfy, get yourself situated. Feel free to move about. If you feel like you need to shift or something, do that. You don't have to be confined to one position or anything. Lay down, sit down, stand up, whatever works for you. I want you to close your eyes though, so don't be driving. And Miss Denise, you are walking, so you can't be walking and doing this. So find a tree stump to sit on. And then close your eyes. I want you to take 3 deep breaths. And with each of these breaths, we're going to be releasing any tension in our body and letting our mind know that it's time to focus right here, right now. Not on the 1,000 things we think we have to do at this moment. Not the conversation you just had with someone a minute ago. Just this moment right here, right now. You and your soul. Putting your attention on that heart center. The connection with your soul. And if there was ever any thread that is big and beautiful and full of love, it's that cord you have with your soul. Maybe we can have Archangel Michael shine that up for us. Clear it up. And Archangel Michael is ready to begin. Are you? Taking another deep breath. And exhaling. And it's not necessary that you focus on any particular person, place, or thing to work on tonight. Archangel Michael and your soul are very much aware of what threads need to be cut, what cords no longer serve you. Taking a deep breath, and as you exhale, hand over the control, because your mind wants to control this. It wants to pick and choose. It wants to say who's in and out. But we've seen that our minds are not the best gauge for that. But our soul, new coming in to this life experience, who you would encounter, what lessons you would learn, what paths you would travel. And Archangel Michael agreed to travel with your soul in this, to be available to you. To share this journey on many levels. Reminding you to keep your heart open so that your soul can gently guide you. Archangel Michael is often depicted with a sword, the warrior angel. And tonight he will use that sword to sever the cords and threads that no longer support your life. We ask that he come and join us. Quietly to yourself, give him permission to release these people, places, or things that no longer serve. And as he severs these, affirm to him that you will do your best to not reconnect these cords. we release those people, places, and things with love and gratitude for what they brought. Thanking them for what they brought to you. There are no errors, no mistakes. Everything is with purpose, a higher purpose. Placing your hand on your heart center. Send love to yourself for the journey you've taken. Kindness for being such a strong individual. And gratitude again to your soul for its role. It's gentle nudging that we oftentimes disregard or ignore. But we're getting better at listening. And we ask Archangel Michael to assist us in turning away anyone who wants to connect again, who isn't of our highest good. Often the connections are out of habit. Let's take a moment to remember also that we have the ability to create a bubble around ourselves. And in that bubble is our own personal space. Often we don't keep that bubble there and we allow others in unintentionally. Expand that space around yourself. Give yourself room to breathe, to move, to love. This is your personal space, and you choose who you want to allow in. Fill that space with a white shimmery glow. Crystalline. Take a deep breath into your new space. Be mindful of it. Archangel Michael is stepping back. The work is done. He shares his blessings to us all and asks that you call on him anytime, for any reason. He asks that you honor your soul. Taking a deep breath will start to come back. Feel yourself come back into your body, moving fingers and toes. When you're ready, open your eyes. As we were coming out, I wanted to share with you guys, sometimes you'll feel lighter, you can feel the release. Other times you might feel a little sadness maybe, because on that soul level, you're saying goodbye to some old stuff about yourself, and sometimes that can have a sad feeling to it. Your soul is going to give you nourishment and love and support, but you still might feel just a little, but that's okay, because that just means you did some really deep work, you've done some releasing, and it's all good. It's all good. Just take your time, give yourself some space, drink lots of water, and care for yourself. Sometimes I just don't want to come back. Yeah, Denise, I get that. I was kind of in a good spot myself, and then all of a sudden it was real quiet, and all of a sudden I saw the angel moving back, and I'm like, oh, he's going to leave us now. Darn it. His energetic presence, I don't actually see them as like a physical thing. It's more of an energetic, which is really sometimes hard to describe. I will send out the cleaned up recording for everybody so that you can listen to it again. So like say in a week, if you feel you want to sit with the meditation again and just, maybe clean up some loose edges, maybe somebody popped back in that you're like, I would have thought this person would have gone. Do another cord cutting and see what happens. But again, it's for your own good. It's for their good. You know, it doesn't hurt anybody. It's just energetics that you're moving and working, and calling in those angels to help like that is always helpful. You know, you could probably even call in Archangel Raphael, who is the healing angel, and that angel could probably bring in some healing work in addition to it if you need that extra oomph. So that's what I would suggest. I got thank you. My heart feels happy. Oh, yes, your heart's happy. That means your soul is happy. Nice connection. Love that. Like I said, doesn't hurt to just clean up those edges every once in a while. Open yourself up to what you should be listening to, not up here, here. And yeah, I'll get you some recordings out so you can follow up with it. Visit my YouTube channel. I have a lot of stuff on there too. Let me do a more formal closing. So I'm Gwen Peterson. I'm the creator of Insights and Illuminations. Visit my YouTube channel, Insights and Illuminations, for other videos. I have lots of meditations and such. Visit my website, insightsandilluminations.com. In order to find classes, I have a weekly email that goes out if you're interested in that, filled with insights and such. And I have some new books out. So visit my author's page. I want to say it's Gwen Peterson, but I have a few books out. Send me an email if you have any questions or you need to connect with me somehow. I'd love to hear from you. You know how that is. That's it. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. It was a blessing.